as bibliographic information and other things like that, it's hard not to duplicate bibliographic information. But I go through and I check. Now, where did it flag it? Is it in the middle of the text here? Are there passage after passage that are plagiarized here with no marking whatsoever? And if it is, I flag it as plagiarized. Now then, by school policy, if I can establish that a student has plagiarized, then I write that up, and it goes to Dr. Gerdes. It also goes to the registrar. And I have the option of selecting a punishment of giving you a 0 for the paper or giving you an F for the course. Now, we've already gone over what does an F result in the MBA program? Being dropped from the program. Now, you see, this is no small matter. And it just doesn't need to happen. It just does not need to happen. And this is just like if I go out here and I go to the gate and I have a red light and I go right square through the intersection and I re-engineer somebody else's fender and the policeman comes up and he says, well, I say, policeman, I didn't know that you're supposed to stop at a red light. He's going to say, Mr. Smith, or whoever you are, that's no excuse. You should have known. You should have known. So, and that's the reason we're doing this today, is not to be mean to you, but it's just to warn you about a situation that can happen that there's no need for it to happen. We have some wonderful scholarly work that is done here at CSU. And we want you to be a part of it. That's the reason we have the Writing Center. That's the reason we have the opportunities for you to write. Also, we want you to be very, very good at analysis. We want you to be able to take material and read through it and sift through it and shred it apart. Analyze it one direction and come back and analyze it another direction, and be able to tell what can we do, what strategies can we use to be the very best at what we do. And that, if you've read Michael Porter, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Is differentiating yourself and making yourself the best. Whether or not you'll be working for an employer, whether or not you're going to be working in your own company, whatever you're going to do, we want to encourage you to be the best. And believe me, we want you to do very, very well. There are 2 Justins in here that I've had in class before, and you've heard me say before, I want you to do very well. I want you to go out there and knock 7 figures down so we can write you a letter and say, we're still back here at CSU plodding around here. Send us a few thou of that, and it will help. Do you have any questions? Please write. Please do it within the bounds and within the rules, and please follow your professor's instructions. If you have questions, here's my email. I have an 800 number that comes to my cell phone. You're welcome to call at any time.
As Professor Smith was talking, I was thinking about it, because I used to turn it in as well in my classes. And the spirit of why we're looking at this is to protect you from plagiarism, from making this kind of error. What I'll actually do is I'll have you submit it, and you make sure, you can submit it a couple times, you make sure you're under a certain percentage of what it will flag. Because I'm not interested in, gotcha, you're out of the program. I'm not trying to do that at all. I'm trying to make sure that your work is quality and sound work so that we can go on. The last thing that I want to do, and I've had this every semester I've been here, is have to have that conversation of, sorry, you plagiarized, that's an F in the course, you're out of the program. The last thing that I want to do, I hate those conversations. It is one of the worst duties that comes with my job.
Amen. Please
do not do that to me. Do you understand? Please, please, please. And we can avoid that just by simply citing our work. Yes?